Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna do a swamp cooler review. This is my latest one that I purchased. It's by a company named New Air. I try avoiding this company for a long time now, but decided to buy them just to review and honestly, I have some positive things to say. There's a couple negatives, of course, but I'm not disappointed that I bought it. It's a pretty good fan, and I'll give you my honest opinion in this video. So this one is, I'm assuming, probably one of the biggest model. I haven't seen the bigger one they sell. It's 1000 CFM. It's a pretty big fan. As you guys can see, it's very tall and it's pretty thick and heavy. It's not that high without the water, which I'm gonna explain in a bit, because this one takes 5 gallons of water. So 5 gallons of water, it's gonna be pretty heavy to lift and move around, because just the fan by itself, it's I believe 22 to 25 pounds, and then you add water. It's quite a workout, even though it does have the casters. But on my floor, because I have a mix of carpet and wooden floors, it's a bit harder to move, so I just pick it up, which isn't a big problem because it does have two, it's not a handles, it's like a bit for I guess you can call them handles, but they have one on each side, so you can just lift it up, or you can roll it if it rolls around good in on your carpets or whatever floor you're using. So this one comes in 3 colors: black, red, white. My preference would be red, but it was all sold out. The retail about $160 on Amazon, and I believe other stores are around there, maybe a little bit cheaper, more expensive. You gotta do your own research on that, but I did buy it from Amazon. Comes with a remote, which is pretty much same functions as the display. And this one doesn't have the mode, like those modes explain, like nature and blah blah blah, but this one doesn't have, which I don't mind. I never even use them. So if you guys, once you get it, plug it in. This one uses three prong outlet, so you gotta make sure you have the 3-prong. It has a pretty longer cable than the other ones I've reviewed, so that's good. This is where you I don't know why it has this screeching sound, but this is where you add water. So I think honestly you need to add at least 2 gallons of water just to fill up to the minimum, because it accepts 5, so you need to add at least 2 to 3 gallons of water. I wouldn't put all 5, just cause it's gonna be, you don't want to be draining it if it doesn't work. So once you unbox it, add about 2, maybe 3 gallons and see how it works first. So that's it. This one doesn't have access to the tank, so you completely blocked off. This is where the filter is. To access the tank, they recommend you clean it every 3 months. So to access it, you gotta remove, there's a screw right here, then you're gonna remove this. You're gonna take out, this would be the dust filter. You can clean that just by some water. Then you have the honeycomb filter, which you can also clean with water, or you can use a little bit of vinegar and water solution if it's very dirty. But after that, after you remove both of those, you can put your hand inside the tank. You won't be able to take it out, but I guess you can do some cleaning, like if you just stick your hand with some sponge. It's not an ideal situation, but at least you can put your hand in it. But like I said, if you clean it every 3 months, that's once. I don't think you're gonna use this thing year round. So if you're using it for 5 months, that means you're gonna clean it once, so it's not a big deal. So this one has so once you turn it on, it has 3 speeds. 3 speeds, then you have timer is 10 hours, then you have the cool feature, then you have escalation, which means left to right. You can also move this ones, you can move them up and down. which is kind of cool. I would rather if I can move them by my hand than if they do it automatically. I don't know, that's just my preference. So let me turn it on. So when you turn it on, it starts with the second speed. First speed is not loud, which is something I love. I love when there's a decent output of air and not a lot of noise, because that's just perfect. I'm a light sleeper, so I don't want this to be too loud. I was kind of scared because it is big. They do say it's 1000 CFM output of air, which is at least twice as big as the other one that I bought that was very, very loud. So this is nice. This one has, the difference on this one, it has like the temperature. It tells you the temperature of the room. I'm not sure if I got a little bit of, how would I say, buggy one, but the temperature keeps going up and down. It makes no, sometimes it makes no sense. Like sometimes it would show 82, then I would turn my AC off, then it would jump to 86 in like 4 minutes, which makes no sense. So I don't know if I got a little bit buggy one. I don't really care, not a big deal for that, as long as the fan and pump and cool feature work. So so next thing, let me show you how the second sounds. Second, it's much louder. So if you light sleeper, you're not gonna like second and third speed. But it does throw a lot of air. And the third one, of course, is gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be extremely loud. Third one is gonna sound like a jet engine. But I would say the second and third speed, what I use them for, I don't use them a lot, but when I do use them, for example, if at summers my bedroom will get really, really hot because it's on the sun most of the day. So I would take this fan, take it to my bedroom, turn it around so it's facing the door, and then I would put it maybe like 4 or 5 feet away from the door, and then I would just blast the second or third speed so all the hot air from the room comes out. It worked really good for me. So even, you know, so that way all the hot air would be out. And I would just blast it, not even on cool feature. I would just blast it, and that way all the hot air comes out of the room. Then I can, you know, turn the cool feature, turn the fan around towards me and let it do the cool feature. So this is how the cool feature. The water noise is not obvious at all on this specific fan. I know on other ones you can hear the water, but on this one I can't hear it much. It works really good. On this specific model, I can actually, the moment I turn it on, maybe like 3-4 minutes after, I can feel the cooler breeze. The one thing I didn't like was this, which tells you minimum and max water level. It's really fucking, oh, sorry, I said the F word. But it's really hard to tell the water levels. You really have to stare at it, and I don't know why they made it that way. It has to be a specific angle for you to even see what the specific water levels are. But yeah, that's about it on this one. And as you guys can see, it's a slick looking fan. It's a bit big, it's a bit heavy, but it's not noisy. At least on first speed, it's not noisy, and it does work. Like this one actually, you know, I have some different ones, but this one actually can feel like a cooler breeze. Once again, depends where you live, but if you live anywhere in Vegas, Arizona, where the heat gets to 110, it's not gonna replace AC. Not at all. So if it outside is 110 without the AC, you know, this is, I don't want to say useless, but it's not gonna replace it. What it does do when you run the AC, you know, when you run the AC, it's gonna give you that cool breeze inside your home, and it's also gonna give you some humidity, which in desert it's important, you know, because it's very dry. It's like 5% of humidity, so it's gonna give you that humidity, and it's gonna give you that cool breeze. So your AC is not gonna be working, you know, all the time. So, you know, for example, I turn my AC on maybe like once every 2 hours for about 30 minutes. Without this, I would have to do it 30 minutes every hour, you know, so that's a big difference on your electric bill too. So, you know, so let me turn it off So like I said, for 160 bucks, it's a really good fan. You might even be able to find it on Amazon warehouse for a bit cheaper. But this one used, it was in like new condition, so I got it for half the price. So I'm definitely gonna keep this one. So I mean, I've been doing them, reviewing them, you know, a few of them so far. So like I said, you can always sell it on the used market and get what you paid for easy. So that's what I've been doing since I've been doing these reviews and kind of committing to the whole swamp cooler reviews. But like I said, really good fan. I'm not sure about the longevity of it. I only had it for about a week. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. I reply as soon as I receive the comment most times. So thank you guys for watching.